All right, season 1. Straight up awesome. Now, this is my ranks. All right, which is okay, not too bad, you know. Good, which is good. Great, is like in the middle, feels great, very good. Awesome, which is amazing, incredible, and legend, which is absolute best of the best, incredible. And why is not season 1 in the legend? Well, it's because not because they had only 6 episodes as opposed to 10. And let's go through the contestants. The winner was Josh Widdicombe, amazing champion, and all the guys were amazing as well. Frank Skinner, Roshin Konati, Romesh, and Tim Key. I'm gonna butcher some of those names and mispronounce them, but yeah, that's just my accent. And this is how I feel about the ranks by their emotional perception. Season 1 is not legend because the chemistry was just not there between Greg and Alex. They did a very good job, but it was still a new show. They were trying out the format. They did good enough to then continue on for at least 20 more seasons, but it was not legend only for that reason. Still, very, very good, incredibly funny. It was just awesome. All right, season 2 had Catherine Wright as the champion, and it had boys from Countdown, Joe Wilkinson and John Richardson, and it had Richard Osman and Doc Brown. Straight into legend. Now, that was the season after which I started to watch Taskmaster. And, obviously, if you are watching these videos, you have watched Taskmaster, and there will be spoilers, right? The highlight for me and the moment which made me start watching Taskmaster was that clip of get the ball in the hole. You know the one, when he gets disqualified for stepping on the red green. What is that? When I saw that first time, I just got hooked for the rest of it. And the highlights from season 1 was tattoo of Greg that Josh made, obviously. So yeah, season 2, straight up legend. Season 3, we had Rob Beckett as a champion, and we had Al Murray, Dave Gorman, Paul Chowdhury, and Sarah Pesco. I liked it, but it was great. It was great, but it was not, not awesome. It was pretty great. The guys were good. The highlight moment for me was, for some reason I'm remembering how they had to get from point A to point B without taking any steps, and they had to go through that grass full of dirt and shit and whatnot, and some of them were rolling, and some of them did like lunges. Yeah, that was funny. I'm definitely forgetting some of the moments. I've watched at least twice all of the series except for the last 2 ones. Yeah, that was great. Greg with no beard. What do you guys think? Greg with beard or Greg with no beard? I think beard suits him. Yeah, I think he understood it as well, and that's why he started having beard. All right, series 4. Yeah, series 4, we had Noel Fielding as a champion, and we also had Hugh Dennis, Joey Lycett, Lolly Edifope, and Mel Gidroich. And that episode was... It's great. It was great. It's definitely between good and great, but for me that was... Noel Fielding stole the show for me, absolutely. And Hugh was hilarious. For me, the highlight of the series was just Noel's outfit, amazing. But for some reason, it's just Hugh and his knife obsession. That joke was rather funny. The character that he played. You know what? Actually, if I compare them, it might be not great. It might be just good, honestly. Between great and good. Let's put it in good, just so that we have one in each. But yeah, you know, for me, it's also personal preference of some contestants, which I like more than the others. And obviously, that's going to be very subjective. But yeah, those guys were good, I guess. Noel was great for me, but the other guys were just good. I don't know. All right. Series 5. Oh, yeah. That's when Bob Mortimer won it. And it also featured Aislinn B., Mark Watson, Nish Kumar, and Sally Phillips. No question. That's just legendary. Everyone was hilarious. Bob, amazing champion. Every single one of those guys I liked. Every one of them. Every one of them had incredible moments. The highlight of the series was the water cooler task, in which there were two memorable moments. Obviously, when Nish Kumar just tackled it in slow motion, and then in real time it was absolute shit. And then when obviously Sally fucked the water cooler, and that was hilarious. Yeah, loved it. Absolutely legendary episode. Series. Series 6. We had Lisa Tarbuck as a champion, and we had Alice Levine, Asim Chowdhury, Russell Howard, and Tim Wine. Tim Wine, easy to pronounce, right? And I absolutely butchered Asim name. That was good. That was good. Maybe even all right. That's honestly one of my least favorite, least memorable episodes series, because the guys were just, they were good, but nothing really that memorable for me. Honestly, the most memorable moment was when you had to create an epic moment, and this guy went through a brick wall in the wheelbarrow while looking incredibly cool. That was it. And here we have a Greg with a beard. Well, okay, if Greg has a beard now, this means we have to start getting into good territory. Only Greg carries it from all right to good for me. And also, I think this is the series, not this one actually, it was series 5, where the chemistry really started going on between Greg and Alex, and we went more into that kind of like humiliation dynamic, which is incredibly funny in the format. But the next, I think it's in the next series when it really, yep, that's the one. When we first heard of Little Alex Horn, and then he remained Little Alex Horn for the next 13 series. And this might just be the best season of all time. Like, all the guys. All right, we had Carrie Godelman as a champion, and funnily enough, I think she was the least funny, honestly, in the whole series. But that was also her feature. She had like this Bosch attitude and like, get the job done, get the task done, get out. But all the other guys, James Acaster, Jessica Knappett, Phil Wang, and Rod Gilbert, oh my god. Like, the crazy stuff that they did, the highlights of the series, I can name a few off the top of my head. Like how she fell off during the live task, how she fell off the stage, right, Jessica? How James was ignoring Alex, and how he made this GTA computer game, and how Rod was just constantly destroying Greg and bringing up his pictures, and then Phil, well, his outfit is definitely legendary. So that for me is the best series of all time. Next we have series 8. And we had Lou Sanders as our champion. We also had Ian Sterling, Joe Thomas, and Paul Sinha, and Sean Gibson. That was good. That was good. Was not really, yeah, not that memorable, honestly. I liked, my highlight was the competitiveness of Ian, and I think they had too many chill people. They had like three chill guys, more on the calmer side, and then super competitive guy, and then she was also like she wanted it, right? But the majority overall, not great, just good. Next, Series 9 with Ed Gamble as our champion and David Bedell, Joe Brand, Katie Wicks, and Rose Matafeo. And that was great. That was just very solid series. The guys were funny. I enjoyed David Bedell sucking at all tasks, but being incredibly hilarious. By the way, most of these guys, like, I think I knew two people before I watched Taskmaster, because I'm not familiar with the English British comedian sphere or just showbiz in general. But I knew none of them, and I then Googled some of them, and I found out that David Bedell and Frank Skinner wrote like a super famous song, Three Lions, which is a great song, and it's like about football and England, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, that guy was great. Unfortunately, we didn't see much of her in the studio because she had some health issues, I guess. But yeah, she was great. Joe was great. Rose was fun, and Ed Gamble had this super fun competitive personality. All right, next series. That was the COVID one, I think. It was the one when they were isolated from each other, like they said, far. And the champion was Richard Herring. It featured Daisy May Cooper, Johnny Vegas, Catherine Parkinson, and Mathwan Rizwan. And that was good. That was good because I think they were all a little bit tense. The chemistry was not that much. Everyone was a little bit on edge, but they still did a great job. But they were just not, they were good. I think the highlight for me was the pregnant Daisy May Cooper, and how she just did not give a fuck at all. Like, she did not care. I could barely understand some of the Johnny Vegas, like his accent. For me, was difficult to understand. All of them, yeah, they were good. Next series, Series 11, and that one, yeah, that one was awesome. Lee Mack was one of the guys I knew before because I also saw Would I Lie to You on YouTube as well. And he did not win. Sarah Kendall won. And it also featured Charlotte Ritchie, Jamali Maddox, and Mike Wozniak. And yeah, Sarah, is she Australian? I think so. But she won, she had that also like not super active personality. She was like, she was very serious, but that was like her style, and that's why she was funny, you know? And then obviously we had, Lee Mack, phenomenal, as always. And Mike Wozniak, oh my God. I think the series highlight was how he was drinking, what was it? A liter of milk every day, or a gallon of milk? No, a liter, I think. And that was just like, what the hell? I'm just chuckling, remembering that. Love it. Love the series, love the guys. Jamali was fun, and they had funny relationship with Greg. So yeah, they were awesome. Next series, series 12, might just be awesome as well. Because, well, we had a champion, Morgana Robinson, and the big controversy between her and Gus Khan, because Greg gave her a bonus point, I think, on the first task or the first episode, and then eventually she won by 1 point, and Greg started to stress because of that, and said that he's never going to give out bonus points again. To which I say, Greg, you do whatever the hell you want. That's why we love the show. And usually, I'd say Greg's ranking is very on point. And just those random bonus points, it's fine. Do you think should we make a petition request to Greg to return to his bonus points? I think it does not hurt the show at all. And she would have won or lost the point anyways at some point of the series, definitely. And we had Gus Khan, we had Desiree and Alan Davis, and we had Victoria Coren Mitchell, Desiree Birch. Victoria was hilarious. Like, I think she had the least points ever in the series, but she's just such a, her great personality, very, very unusual. Obviously she's not a comedian. And then there is like a Desiree who has absolutely different personality. My series highlight is, I think, it's got to be Morgana dressed up as a mermaid. Yeah, just straight up awesome. Next one, series 13. Those guys. We had Sophie Duker as our champion. We also had Judy Love, Chris Ramsey, Bridget Christian, Ardell O'Hanlon. They were great. Borderline awesome. Borderline, because I really enjoyed their personalities. My series highlight was how she forgot how to walk. And that was something. Ardell was amazing. Judy. The personalities were very well put together. No way! Right? Next one. Series 14. Okay, they were definitely awesome. It's interesting how we have these like straight up line of awesome episodes. I think they just figured something out. And for me at least, like, it started all here, and it's very difficult to match that. I don't think you can match that, just because when it started, nobody knew what the hell is going to happen. And now it's still like that, but I guess it's more obviously like polished, refined, the format. But they still were making awesome seasons. And these guys, when Dara O'Brien won, and we had Fern Brady, John Kearns, Manya Chihuahua, and Sarah Millican. I think Manya was the last, and I was very surprised how he was like that super competitive and like, yeah, I'm from Zimbabwe, I'm gonna win. And then there was John, absolutely miserably, like bathing in his own misery. But somehow they had like similar amount of points, I think, maybe John even more. My highlight was when they had to make a classical song with lyrics, and how John made a song about naughty Satsuma. In my fantastic Kari. I still sing it more often than I want to admit. Yeah, those guys were awesome. Next, series 15. May Martin won, and it also featured Frankie Boyle, Ivor Graham, Jenny Claire, and Kael Smith Benoit. Those guys were actually great. Yeah, I loved them. I loved the teams. I loved this father and son duo of Ivo and Frankie. And Jenny was great. She's just amazing personality. And yeah, that was amazing. Great, rather. I think the moment of the series was when Jenny crashed the boat, right? Yeah, she's just lovely. Oh, I love her. All right, next series 16. We had Sam Campbell as our champion, and then we had Julian Clary, Lucy Beaumont, Sue Perkins, and Susan Wakoma. And where do we put them? They're better than good, but they're not quite awesome. I think they were just great. Sam, I don't know how his brain works. His style was just super funny. And Lucy also has that, I don't know, very unusual sense of humor. I like unusual sense of humors, and they were real funny. And then Sue Perkins, I think, also was amazing. I was not the biggest fan of Julian. The first time I watched the series, I was like, that guy's weird. But the second time I watched the series, I really liked him. I don't know. For some reason, my perception of him changed. And yeah, I think those guys were great. Definitely. All right, Series 17. Ooh, the dark one. John Robbins won. And we had Joanne McNally, we had Nick Mohammed, Sophie Whelan, and Steve Pemberton. And Nick Mohammed was the second person I knew before this show because of Ted Lasso, obviously. And, oh, man. Man. I love those guys. I love those guys. They were great. They were awesome. They were awesome. Just on the contestants basis alone, I just like every single one of them. There is not a single person that I'm like, I don't like that guy. No, all of them. My highlight of the series was when I think when she was sitting on Alex's laps, Joanne, and making him uncomfortable. that was good. That was good. All right, Series 18, almost done here. We had Andy Zoltzman winning, and we also had Babatunde Aleshe, Emma City, Jack D, and Rosie Jones. I gotta say, those guys were awesome because they were. I want to say the highlight was the team, the chemistry of Jack D and Rosie was probably the best team, like, from all the team tasks in general. And these three have like one of the worst chemistry, but they were great. Rosie was so funny. I had little difficulty understanding her, well, obviously, but second time I watched the series, I understood her very well, actually. And she was just hilarious, honestly. And Andy's outfits were very funny. Emma was fun. They were just awesome. They were just awesome. Series 19, we had Matthew Bainton as our champion, and we also had Fatia, Jason Mantzoukas, Fatia El Gori, Rosie Ramsey, and Stevie Martin. Definitely, they were great. They were great, and I loved Jason. I loved Matthew. Oh my god. The highlight of the series, or rather low light, I'm not sure, was how he licked something from Alex's shoe, and that was just disgusting, but at the same time so funny. Yeah, and Stevie was, for me, she was great. I then saw her on Alex Horn TV show, and she was singing so well. I loved her singing. Yeah. Fatia was not my cup of tea, just humor-wise. I know a lot of people like her, but for me, she was just not there. But in general, as a group, I think these three carry it for me to the rank of awesome. Oh no, I did put them in great. Yeah, they are great. All right. And the last one, Series 20, the most recent one at the moment of recording. We had Maisie Adam as a champion, and we also had Anya Magliano, Phil Ellis, Reese Shearsmith, and Sanjeev Bhaskar as contestants. And, well, once again, I'm I'm putting them in. They were great. Uh, they might even be better than these guys. I'm not gonna put them inside the tier list. Who is better or worse? It's just in general they were great. Loved Maisie Adams. Loved these guys. Sanjeev. Oh, he had that attitude of I don't give a shit. I'm just here. So, but he was also super funny. And yeah, and this is a tier list, and we have absolute legends, 7 to 5. Can rewatch 25 times at least. And I don't think there were any alright, apart from maybe these guys. I don't know. Nah, they're still good. They're still good. What do you think? How does this rank in your mind? I'm definitely going to catch some heat for forgetting something. Well, remind me. Write what did I forget? And that's the Taskmaster series ranks. Thank you all for watching.